As you all know that we have the nervous system, which is the main control and coordination center. In the same way, we have chemical messengers in the body, which are actually what? They are non-nutrient chemicals which act as intercellular messengers, which are produced in trace amounts, means very, very small amounts. And these chemical messengers, they initiate physiological responses in the body. And these chemical messengers, they are termed as hormones. And this term hormones was coined by Starling in 1905. Well, these chemical messengers, that is the hormones, are the ones that are actually very, very important, because if if we have two types of activities, that is the hypoactivity and the hyperactivity, means if the hormones are not secreted, right, if they are not secreted in the right amount, then we are going to suffer from certain disorders. So they also become an important part, become an important requirement. So these chemical messengers are the ones which can be proteinaceous, they can be peptides, they can be steroids, they can be amino acid derivatives, right. So they are actually the organic compounds of diverse chemical nature. So these are the chemical messengers which play a very, very important role. Though they are in trace amounts, they are in very small amounts, but they play a very, very important role in your body, right. So the system that deals with the glands that secrete these hormones, right, we call that system as endocrine system. Now why do we call this system as endocrine system? Well, we have glands, right. These glands are the ones which are going to secrete something. Glands are the ones which secrete something. And we have two types of glands, that is we have the exocrine glands and we have the endocrine glands. So what are exocrine glands? Now these exocrine glands are the glands which have ducts, means the secretions are carried by ducts to a particular organ for metabolic activity. The secretions are carried by ducts to a particular organ for metabolic activity. Now example is the salivary glands, liver, right. Then we have the glands that we call as the endocrine glands, and these endocrine glands, they are the ductless glands, means they are without ducts. So the secretions, they are going to enter directly into what? Directly into the bloodstream, right. So endocrine glands are the ductless glands where the secretions get absorbed into the bloodstream, right. And this then reaches the organ, the target organ, then there is initiation of the metabolic change or metabolic response that needs to be there by the secretion of that hormone in the bloodstream. So these endocrine glands, they secrete hormones. What are hormones? The hormones are the chemical messengers, right. These are non-nutrient chemicals which act as intercellular messengers produced in trace amounts, very small amounts, or you can also say that these are the organic compounds of diverse chemical nature, because when you talk about the chemical nature, they can be proteins, they can be peptides, they can be steroids, they can be amino acid derivatives also, right. So secretin was the first hormone that was discovered by William M. Bayliss and Starling in 1903. So the first hormone that was discovered was what? It was secretin, right. It was secretin. So as we have discussed about the glands, the exocrine glands and the endocrine glands. The endocrine glands are the ones which secrete what? These chemical messengers that are very important for your body functioning, that are what? They are the hormones. So endocrine glands have further classification, that is holocrine and heterocrine. What are holocrine glands? Holocrine glands are the one which secrete only hormones. We have thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, adrenal gland, pituitary gland, pineal gland and thymus gland. So these are the glands which secrete only hormones, that is why we call them as holocrine glands. Then we have heterocrine glands. These heterocrine glands, they have dual function. Now how dual function? Let's see first of all the examples. The heterocrine glands are the pancreas, testes, ovaries, placenta. I'll just explain you how actually ovaries, they are the heterocline glands. Now these ovaries are secreting hormones also, right? Plus they have other functions also, right? They make what? They make ova or the egg, right? They release ova or the egg. So they have a dual function. They're going to secrete hormones also, and plus they have some other function also. For example, I told you to produce ova or egg. So this is how these heterocrine glands, they perform dual functions. For example, if you talk about say pancreas, these pancreas, they secrete pancreatic juice, right? Plus they also secrete hormone, right? Insulin. So pancreas is what? It is heterocrine gland. Why it is so? Because it performs dual function. It secretes hormones also, plus it has another function, that is the release secretion of what? Pancreatic juice. So the holocrine glands are the ones which secrete only hormones, and under that category we have the thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, adrenal gland, pituitary gland, pineal gland and the thymus gland. So overall, remember that these chemical messengers are the non-nutrient chemicals which act as intercellular messengers, right? They act as intercellular, means between two cells, intercellular messengers producing trace amounts, or you can say they are the organic compounds of diverse chemical nature. So as I told you that they can be proteins, peptides, steroids and amino acid derivatives as well. So now remember that secretin was the first hormone that was discovered. Now we are going to discuss the endocrine system of your body. As I told you, why we call this system as endocrine system, because the endocrine glands which secrete hormones are associated with this system. So let us begin with the endocrine system of your body that deals with the endocrine glands and the secretions, which are what? The chemical messengers, that are the hormones.